What's up? How's everyone doing? Good stuff. Good stuff. Good to see you guys back here. It's going to be a fun couple minutes here. I think we're going to keep it nice and short today. It's going to be around a 30-minute, 45-minute video, just answering any questions that you guys may have. But we're going to hop on here, talk about the upcoming event on Blue Cypress, and just some club things that are going on, some changes that are going to be happening and whatnot, some of the schedule changes that we made and plan to talk about a little bit earlier on later last month, but with the weather and everything, life happening, we already had to cancel. So it should be a good informational little live that we're going to do here and answer any questions that you guys have. What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us tonight. We got Lloyd, Blake, Harrelson. David Myers will be watching this a little bit later, he says. So it's going to be a fun hour or so with us, and yeah, looking forward to it. Sean is not with us today. He is playing Army. So yeah, our thoughts and prayers goes out to all the people that were affected by the hurricane here in Florida and Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina as well. If your family was impacted by that, we're definitely sorry to hear that, and hoping that everything, we're just talking about it, hopefully everything, starts going back to normal, even though it's going to be a long process there from what we've seen. So yeah, a lot of people are affected by it. So yeah, we got some folks on here already. Tom, Mike, or Mitchell, Harris. Yeah, okay. Well, Todd, I think we can kind of get started talking a little bit about what the remainder of this year is going to look like. Let's go Bucks. Yeah, we'll get off of here before the Bucks. The Bucks are playing the Falcons tonight. So, but I know we're going to talk about some some important things here for you guys to make sure you're squared away with for the upcoming Blue Cypress event. When it comes to fishing chaos settings, when it comes to submitting photos, all of that good stuff. Again, this is not the mandatory captain's meeting. This is just a prelim to kind of talk about things and answer any questions that you guys may have if this is your first time fishing one of our events. Kind of tell you guys a little bit of how we do things so that you're prepared for next Thursday and next Saturday whenever we're out on Blue Cypress. So again, this is another opportunity for you guys to drop some comments in the comment section if you have questions. Always remember to reach out to myself or Todd or Sean if you have any questions and that you think of after this. But we're trying to do everything in our power to make sure that these events continue to go off smoothly and make sure that you guys are well equipped to, have fun and fish while you're out on the water and less stressed about having to fix app settings and making sure your photos are clear and accurate. So again, we're just second event of the year. We want to make sure that we're getting that out there for everyone to be squared away for the remainder of the season. We all put a lot of time, effort, and energy into pre-fishing and money invested into what you do. So we'd hate for a silly photo or app setting to put a damper on your fishing. These events should be a stress relief, not a stress. But with that, we are going to talk about some other things too, as far as kind of what this club's about and what we want to continue to strive to do, and what kind of events we're trying to put on, and make sure that everyone is kind of abiding by those guidelines and standards. Really is kind of where we're going to hit at on there. Is real big is like professionalism, standards, sportsmanship, and just the way that we present ourselves when we're out on these bodies of water. I think the biggest thing that we can focus on this year, and something that I really wanted to start the season off with, is when we're going out to these bodies of water, like picking up after ourselves and cleaning up the areas in which, that people might have left dirty. Or if you see something, pick it up, throw it away. Let's leave the lake in a better place than it was whenever we got there. I think that's really big, even when we're out pre-fishing. I know I was out on Toho on the north end pre-fishing, and that whole north wall was just littered with trash. And that just irked me. So instead of pre-fishing, I spent a lot of my time going over there and just picking up the trash, and wanted to go back out there and pick up trash, but things happened and I wasn't able to get back out there. So again, one thing that I just like to see and I like seeing is us going out there and cleaning up that environment and taking care of it. So those fish are able to be healthy and live good lives and not getting caught up in any of that stuff. So that's just something I felt like I wanted to talk about. If that's something you're interested in, I don't have a kayak anymore. I actually sold my kayak 2 or 3 weeks ago, actually, to one of our new members, Mitchell. So he picked up my kayak and stuff, so I'm not able to get out on the water. I'm doing a lot of military stuff and moving and preparing to leave. So, but I will be still playing a part in the club. So
I didn't know that. I didn't know you sold a kayak. I knew you were
yeah,
going to sell it, but I didn't know you sold it already.
yeah. I haven't had it for a while now. My wife's happy. But yeah, no, Mitchell, he's got it now. He's going to be at the Blue Cypress event, hopefully, and hopefully he carries on the good luck that the boat brought me. So I'm looking forward to seeing how everybody does. I'll be judging the Blue Cypress event. I'm going to be up in the Panhandle, attending a course. So I'll be watching and wishing I was out on the water with you guys fishing. But it's going to be fun getting to judge you guys. So again, be respectful. I'm going to be on the other end. Me and Sean both, I think, are going to be the ones on the other end judging this event. So again, we're not out there to do anything other than make sure that the events ran smoothly and the integrity of our events are upheld. So we're really going to enforce the location settings where you're submitting photos, making sure that's accurate, making sure all the photos are clear and all the rules are being maintained so that we can have a sport or have an event that people can say that there's nothing lacking there. So what's going on, Ryan? But yeah, let's talk a little bit. What I want to kind of hit on first, Todd, is fishing chaos. There's been a lot of time and energy and effort put into since Toho with a lot of you guys in identifying and verifying if your fishing chaos settings are accurate. It's not just Android users, it's iPhone as well. So one thing I really, really, really want to harp on is there is an FKBT test tournament on Fishing Chaos. If you just search FKBT test tournament, it'll pop up. It's free of charge. You just register it. You don't have to take a picture of a fish on the water to verify, for me to be able to verify your app settings. All you need to do is test your app settings on the Fishing Chaos app through your preferences. And if you guys need to know or don't know how to do that and need to figure it out, you can YouTube it, or we've posted videos all over our social media, but Todd's going to pull it up here. Todd, how you go to test your app settings is go to Todd Quillen. You go to your profile, you click on it in the top left-hand corner of it. It's going to say your name, your picture. Underneath Fishing Chaos on the top left-hand corner, it says Todd Q. Click on that. You're going to scroll down and you're going to go to Preferences. That little arrow, click on the Preferences tab. And then you're going to scroll down and it says Test App Settings. You're going to click Test App Settings. It's going to pull up 3 tests. Obviously, you're on your tablet, Todd, so it's probably not going to work. But if it's an error, like you see here, it's going to have a little triangle. And it's going to say, and you just, if you don't get green check marks, all you need to do is hit the Tell Me More little question mark there, and it'll send you to a YouTube link, and it'll help you fix it. It'll show you a video of how to fix it, depending on your if you're an iPhone or an Android. So that's how you test your app settings. So click out of that, Todd. That's good. And what you do, if you get 3 green check marks on that, what you're going to do is just take a picture of something random. Don't scroll in your gallery and select a photo from your gallery. What you need to do is snap a photo, upload it to the test tournament, put a link in there. It doesn't matter what it is. And then I will be able to go in there and verify, like click on Amy, if you don't mind. Go to entries, Todd, on the far right. Go to entries underneath configuration and that. A little bit further. I think it's opposite of you, but yeah, just go to entries. Go to recent entries. Okay. This is what we see. So just click on, do you have access to judge? Yeah, just click on Bill Daily. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, and then go to entries. I don't know if you have access to judge it, Todd. So just go to top, go to entries, and then click the little 3 dots next to one of them. Manage. Okay. So this is what we're checking. So just go to the little blue circle with the white eye right there on the gray taskbar. That right there, that image XF data, that means that member's um, settings are not set properly. What we would see there is an actual location of where that photo was taken. So if we see that right there, view more, it's just going to show like some coordinates or whatever. But that's wrong. If you go through and you see that your settings are not proper, which is going to mean that your fish entry, that entry is going to be disqualified, and we're going to ask you to resubmit a fish, resubmit another photo. So if you scroll down, I don't know if you want to look at Amy Brown, hers is set up.
I'll find mine.
Okay, that's fine. So we really want to focus in on this because this is something Sean and I are really, that's what we're going to be looking at while you're on the water, because that's going to give us the pinpoint location to ensure that you guys are on that body of water inbounds. This event, I don't know what you're doing.
How about if we do Sean Spears?
No, you're going to have to do it through the underneath tournament home, manage like recent entries. You're going to have to do it underneath that tab. You're not going to be able to do it from there. So you'll have to go and scroll down and find one. That's not Bill Daily, because Bill Dailies are not, does not have the app set up properly. I think, is that all you see is Bill Daily? You can search Chris if you want. Yeah, minus. Yep, there you go. It doesn't matter which one, we can manage. Just you have to go back up to entries there. We're doing this. We're taking time and doing this just so that you guys are making sure you're squared away. Managed, same thing. You're going to see what mine looks like there. That's what we're looking for. If it would, yeah, it populates right there. That right there is where that's the location that shows us where the photo was captured. That's important because what people could potentially do is go and fish and their data isn't properly shown. What they can do is they can go fish out of bounds, catch those fish, go back onto the lake and submit it. And if we're just looking at submission videos, that doesn't capture where the photo was taken. So that's why we, as a judge, and what we're asking all of our judges have been looking at is that image XF data. And what happens is if you don't have service or you don't upload your fish on the water, and you're doing it on the road to the award ceremony, whenever we look at it, it's going to show that you caught the fish on a road if you upload it. If we're that's wrong and we look at the submission location, then it's not going to give us an accurate location of where you caught the fish at to determine if it was inbounds or not. And what we're going to do at that point is disqualify that fish. It's as simple as that. I saw Evan said reception is a little sketchy at Blue Cypress. Don't sit on your fish. Yeah, definitely. Don't sit on your fish. Make sure as you catch it, you upload it. There is I can go in and set it to where low res photos can be submitted. The only issue is that we ran across that if you submit your fish in a low resolution and your camera is already, you take a blurry photo and we can't make a determination on if that fish's length or if the mouth is open, we're going to disqualify that fish or deny that entry and ask for you to re-upload another photo. So make sure you guys are squared away on that. If it comes to be a problem with submitting fish, then we'll talk with Todd and them, who are going to be the tournament directors on site, and we'll figure out an alternate solution. We've been out there. We had some anglers out there pre-fishing, and they were able to upload fish pretty easily. So just make sure that you guys are not sitting on it. It might just take a little bit longer for those fish to upload since it is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah.
Yeah. Just on that topic real quick, I recently judged the state tournament here this past month, and some of the photos that some of the people were uploading were super blurry. So make sure that your photos are really good. I had to DQ some fish because I couldn't even read what the board was. Couldn't see if the mouth was actually touching or not, if it was cracked or open. Couldn't see what the numbers were because it was so blurry. So check your camera lens. Make sure you don't have water on it. Double check your photos before you release your fish, just to make sure you've got good photos, because you wouldn't want to release a 20, 21, 25-inch fish that then you didn't get a good photo of, right?
Yeah,
That
absolutely. And I got some photos up here too that I want to show. This right here was one from our first event. That's we can verify that that's a 15 and a quarter, but what makes it difficult is if you look underneath the objective where we can see kind of white in the front of it, it's really if we can't verify if that fish's mouth is touching the inside of the bump of that catch board, we're going to have to DQ that fish. We need to be able to, without 100% with 100% certainty, verify that that fish's mouth is closed and touching, right? So that right there, if your photo looks like that, re-upload it. We want clear photos, even though this is a violation because the finger is touching is appears to be touching the lip. If that's the case, that's going to be a DQ. Resubmit. This is blurry, right? And it's touching the eye. It looks like their pinky is making contact with the eye, which is a no hands on. So if your photo looks like this, and then you try to upload it in low resolution, I could almost guarantee you we would not even be able to see the numbers on that board. Okay.
Also, another quick thing while we're talking about this about the eye, if there's some fish that we catch that the eye's been damaged, take a video of the fish on the board, picking it
Yep.
up and releasing it in the water. One of the anglers in the tournament I recently did, he did that. It was perfect. Showed it because it was the eye was missing.
Yeah.
And that right there just tells us, that's good fish. It's okay. So yeah, just email it or reach out to one of us and let us know, and you can send the video to us, and it'll all be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And for you to be able to can you go back, Todd, to Fishing Chaos, share your screen? Because that's a good point. There's a lot of new folks in here that probably don't know how to manage their catch. If they, for some reason, some people have been having an issue finding the period, like the decimal place when they're submitting their fish. They've been putting in like 1,580 or 1,550, 1,550 inches. And they're having a hard time finding the decimal. It's in the bottom left hand corner. So that's where it's at. But what I want to show you is, Todd, go back to like your tournament dashboard. Go back to the main home screen for me, for do Lake Toho or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. And then you're going to go to your tournament dashboard. What you're going to do. So this is like the previous tournament's main home screen for Blue Cypress. It's going to be the same thing. What you want to do to verify if your fish or make any changes or edits to your submissions, what you have to do is you go to the tournament dashboard, where right there in the center of the screen, you click on that, and you can, the leaderboard there shows you where you're ranked on both leaderboards. But if you scroll to the middle there on the top, it says entries. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to go to entries, right? And if you have a problem, because about an hour before the last hour of the tournament, we turned the leaderboard off, and say you've uploaded a fish and you didn't see that, you didn't get the email or check your email to where it says your fish has been approved, and you resubmit another photo. Before you do that, you go to the tournament dashboard, you click entries, and you'll see if your fish was accepted. It'll have a green official banner at the top. Okay. Once it's official, you can't make any edits to it. Most of the time, if you put the wrong inch or you forget the decimal, we're going to make those adjustments. The judge will make those adjustments and edits and leave notes. So what you would do is, if it's not official and it shows that it's unofficial, there's going to be 3 little dots to the right of the length where it says length 14 inches. You can click on it, and it'll allow you click on that fish. You could scroll down. You can see the fish. You could scroll down to it. Is that as far as you're going to go, Todd?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. When it's unofficial, it'll go down to the bottom right, and it'll say manage. You'll be able to manage that fish. If it's official, you can't. But if it's unofficial, you can be able to go there and edit your entry details, or cancel it, delete it, and then resubmit another photo.
Oh, what was that? Log submission.
Yep, that just shows you the edit
and delete.
and delete. Yep, there you go. There it is. So you can just click that edit and delete button, scroll. You can scroll down and it'll show you everything. But
So
yeah,
if
that's
it's
how you can
already
do that.
official, you click on it, go to catch log submission.
Yep. You go there and then it'll show you that. You just click that little three dots and edit, and then or delete it. There you go. And then you can make the edits to the length, the time, all that good stuff. Yeah, we want to do this so that you guys are squared away and know what you know how to do it when you're out on the water. You can add in, delete image, add image, whatever you need to do to take care of that. But again, just communicate with us. I did see a photo on there where it said roughly how long does it take for a submission to be approved. We're going to be on it. I'm going to be on it. And I don't know for Sean, but for me, as soon as they come across, we're going to be looking at them and approving or denying them. You will get contacted by myself or Sean through text message or whatever the case may be, through the app or even to your cell phones, depending on how you have your notifications set up. If your fish gets denied, you can click on it the same way that you saw where it was official, and it'll have Weighmaster notes. It's going to tell you why we denied your fish. So that should be fairly simple there. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, it's your first event, reach out to us. We'll make sure that you're squared away. Something we are doing is that we haven't done before is I'm going in every night beforehand. So if you want to test your app settings and make sure that your or that your location services are configured properly, go to that FKBT test tournament, submit a photo. I will verify it. I'm going to go in and judge them, and I'll verify. I'm verifying all the location services. If it's not working, if it's not configured properly, I'm reaching out to you now, so it gives you time to figure it out. And if you have to get in contact with Fishing Chaos, that gives you more than a week to do so before the event. Much rather it be now than Friday night before you're stressing before the event. I appreciate Thomas Anthony or Thomas Woodring. He's been a huge help for the Android users. I'm not trying to put his name out there for you to reach out to him if you have an Android and your stuff's wrong, but he's helped numerous members that have had issues in regards to how to submit their photos. And then for iPhone, if you have an iPhone and you have issues, reach out to me, and I can definitely make sure you're squared away. But if your stuff's squared away, and you're an Android user, and other Android users are having issues, help out the other anglers if you don't mind. I don't have an Android, so I don't know how that works. I don't want to mislead anybody. I just either point them to Fishing Chaos, the Thomas Sasser there, or someone in the club that has an Android that could possibly help. And I did post some PDFs that Fishing Chaos gave me. They're on our members only page. For Android and Google users, that Google phone that they have out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to throw this out there real quick. We've got 22 viewers on tonight already.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So if y'all don't mind, go out there on Facebook or whatever and like and share our videos. That way it will grow our club, grow the sport a little bit. Every little bit helps out. So the more, there's a lot of anglers that may be looking and just don't know of our club yet. So yeah, share it with them.
Yeah, we appreciate that, guys. We don't go out and we don't do too much, what do they call it? Advertising other than Facebook, Instagram, social media, like our posts and folks of that matter. But it's all about you. It's all you guys out there and your posts that you make. I know we had quite a few people, or we had Christopher Blanca, who went up to Lake Murray this past weekend and competed, representing the club. We got
congratulations to them too.
Yeah, they got, was it third place? Third place.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, I'm sorry, I've been busy. I know, and they're doing a podcast too. They're on some other podcast talking about that. We got David Myers, who's up at the Knucklehead, and I'm almost certain there's a couple other club members that are up there participating in it as well. But I did see David Myers post. So, David, good luck up there. I know you're not watching it right now, but you're going to be watching a little bit later on. So, good luck. Show up and show out up there. Catch some fish. That's a team tournament, if I'm not mistaken. So, We got a lot of people out there that are competing and doing really good things for the sport. So, Seth
Seth
Taylor.
Taylor's there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I knew there were others. I just didn't know who particularly it was. So good luck up there, Seth. Hopefully you guys take home a win and bring it back home. You guys well deserved up there.
Oh,
He
that's
said
awesome.
absolutely slaying them. Good man. Share some pictures on Facebook. I don't know if that's being sarcastic with the sweaty face or if he's actually slaying them. If it's Seth Taylor, I know he's up there catching them. So there's some big fish out there. However, I did see them taking away the hydrilla. They had the machines out there extracting some of the hydrilla on the main river.
Well, at least they're using the machine and not
The spray.
the spray.
Yeah, I've seen some good fish being caught out on. He said I've caught like 75 today. It's been wild. Well, hey,
That's awesome.
that's awesome. Seth, are you with whose team are you on up there? Is it an individual thing? And share the link for us to be able to view it on Fishing Chaos too. We'll post it to our social medias. Also, too, something I did want to do. Team Wendell. Oh, okay, awesome. Or Wendell. One thing I do want to highlight is Todd got me hooked me up with some new apparel too. A long sleeve shirt. This thing's awesome. Thanks, Todd.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
It's, speaking of that, I'm going to do something. I'm going to bring them to the tournament. So if anybody wants a shirt or a hat, I'll have a limited number of hats. And if I don't have enough and you still want one, let me know and I'll get some more. But we're just going to do, the shirts and the hats, a simple $25 each.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's fantastic. Thank you for doing that, Todd. It's really good quality. I've had my shirts for 2 years now, and they've been fantastic. Blake said, "Are the boundaries for Blue? Yeah, Blue Cypress boundaries have been posted on our members on the official page for going on like 2.5 weeks. So they're pinned up to the very top of our of the official page. I pinned them earlier this week just so that they didn't get lost on the news feed. So yeah, no worries. So yeah, Andrew, thanks for sharing that. Is the Wildwear link for the jerseys live yet or no? No.
I've been busy and I haven't got all
Uh
that stuff squared away. So that's my fault. I'm to blame on that one. But
oh, no worries.
I'll have. I mean, the link is up live. It just doesn't have our updated stuff on it yet.
Yeah, I would hold off. Don't use the old link because we're going to be doing. I mean, you could by all means, but there's going to be some different sponsors that are going to be positioned on the newer ones, and there's a third color too. There's going to be a blue option, like that's the top of this FKBT. It's like a lightish blue like that. So there's blue, orange, and red.
Correct.
Yeah, blue, orange, and red. So, but yeah, also Todd can, if you guys want anything, because it's going to take. It took a while for me to get my Wildwear jersey because they're professionally done and they're really busy all the year round. So in the meantime, if you guys want a good shirt, long sleeve shirt to protect you while you're out on the water, Todd makes really good products, hats, any style shirt with our logo. You could even if you got the other images too, he could put some of your sponsors' logos on there as well. So until we're able to get the other one up and running. But
I did one the other day. I'll show a picture of one I did the other day if I can find it while we're talking.
yeah, are there any questions that you guys have about Blue Cypress? Again, it's going to be a one launch lake. If you guys haven't been out there, it's an absolutely beautiful lake. Scott Gibbons actually just shared something. I believe it was on our official page, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Scott Gibbons, no, he did. Scott Gibbons posted one, and I might share it to our members only page. That lake is absolutely gorgeous. It's lined with blue cypress trees all around it. They say it's one of the prettiest lakes to fish in the state of Florida. So I'm kind of upset that I'm missing it. And this is the first time where we've did a single launch location. Well, it's the only launch location on the lake. So we got some feedback last year to where that people wanted to fish this particular body of water. So we're like, hey, why not? It's a large enough body of water for us to get out there and fish in kayaks. So we're doing it. I'm excited to see how it goes. I hate that I'm not going to be able to be there and participate in a shotgun start with you guys. But Yeah, I'm excited to see some photos, get to hear some of your guys' stories. Again, this year, the first event, we weren't able to do it with, the anglers that placed in the top five and big bass. They weren't a lot of them had some things going on the following Thursday that we weren't able to bring them on the live stream and talk to them and showcase them for the first event. But every event following, what we're going to be doing is we're the Thursday following the event, we're going to be bringing the top five in big bass onto the show here and talking to them, letting them get some time on here to kind of one ask them some questions for you one and for you guys to get to know them. So yeah, it's going to be that's the intent behind it. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. Uh, no, it's going to be same time 6:30. Andrew, for the launch time.
Well,
Uh,
the thing is we can actually put the boat in the water
yeah,
early. You just have to stay right around the ramp there
yeah.
until 6:30.
Yeah, you can launch, but you got to be in the immediate area. You can't enter the actual lake. There will, and the tournament directors that are there will, while you're there, you can launch, beach your kayak, go park, and then you can just, as long as you're in the vicinity of a 50 to 75 yard vicinity of the boat ramp, you can kind of just float out in that little area there, out of the way until 6:30.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thomas said if the lake's windy, lakes it gets tough or gets rough. Yeah, it is an open lake, so yeah. Also, too, yes, big thing here. Thank you, Blake, for bringing that up. A lot of you guys are new to the FKBT and kayak bass fish tournament fishing. Lines in is the lines in for the entire season is 7 a.m. Right? That means you may not cast a line before 7 a.m. If you do, you're disqualified from the event. It's as simple as that. And then if another angler sees that and they report it to us, we're going to take action, and that angler is going to be disqualified. So you may launch at 6:30 a.m. Right? Launching your kayak means you may go to wherever you plan to fish, and then once you get to that spot, if it's before 7 o'clock, you just sit there until 7 o'clock's hit. I always set a timer, say Siri, set an alarm for 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. And as soon as that goes off, that's when I make my first cast. Okay. I know that there might have been some confusion with that at the first event, but absolutely, if you see it, one, approach the angler and say, hey, we're not out there just trying to DQ people, but for the integrity of the sport, and that we will uphold that rule. Someone said there's two launches at Cypress. Aren't they side by side, technically? Parker, what's the second launch? The one we're talking to is on
West side.
the southwest side, right, Todd?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Todd could bring it up too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the launches are side by side there.
Let's see here.
Todd's bringing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 50 yards from. Yeah. So you'll be able to, I'm sure you'll be able to utilize both of them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'd never personally been there, but from looking at the maps and everything, we did see the two ramps.
All right. Let me find it here.
Yeah, we're gonna pull it up. There we go.
All right.
Is that where you've been fishing out there in the middle? I'm just kidding.
That's me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see Todd
So
floating
that,
out there in the middle? You just gotta change it to the satellite and you'll be good.
there we go. So this is from Sean's stuff. So
Yeah, so the one ramp's right there, and the other ramp is just north there, and by that little, just north of that, on the other side of right there. You see the little dock by that little strip of
right here.
Nope.
Right
Keep
there.
going up. Right there. Yep. So yep, that's the other ramp. So yeah, you do have those two. What I would suggest for you guys, I haven't been there in person, but I'm just looking at the comment section there. The immediate area, you guys can just be in that little canal that's right in front of the parking lot there and stage, or pull your kayak up onto the grass there and just kind of hang out. And then when 6:30 hits, you guys can exit. Depending on how many people actually get signed up, we'll make that official call on Thursday. This is not the mandatory captains meeting. We're just answering questions and talking a little bit about the event. But in the event we do have 50 plus people signed up, then we'll discuss Thursday order of operation on Thursday and pushing you guys out. Okay, on that. So, but yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. Again, the big thing here though that we really want to harp on is sportsmanship. With everybody leaving out at the same time and might be going towards the same area, remember sportsmanship, right? If you plan on fishing an area, you get there. If you plan on fishing an area and another angler gets there first, right? Communicate with that angler. Don't just roll up on them and start casting, because if you haven't read our rules, there's a 50-yard buffer area unless you have communicated with other anglers, right? So again, we want to really pay attention and really hit on the respect, sportsmanship in this club. We don't want anglers arguing and potentially fighting or getting upset. Again, a lot of things can be avoided simply by just saying, "Hey, I've pre-fished here. I found some fish here too. Do you mind if I fish in this area with you?" Right? But
And most
again,
of the time, everybody's going to say, sure, come on in.
yeah, we got a bunch of really good people in here, but there are some newer anglers in here as well. So just be respectful, but also, sportsmanship as well, and communicate, talk. And if someone says no, they don't want you in there, right? Just maintain that 50-yard buffer. And you guys should be and have no issue there, right? What's up, y'all? Didn't make any tournament last season, but going to try and hit a few this season. What's up with the people posting pictures of their boards? Oh, so Sam, what we've done this year to eliminate any, bad boards and we were verifying that everyone has a contrasting mark and that their boards are good to go. We've been doing virtual board checks for each event to make sure that the folks that are fishing don't have any issues. So when they're out on the water, it's less stress on them. And now there's just those are just measures that we're taking to make sure while people are out on the water that they can actually do it stress free. And one, we've realized a lot of people don't necessarily read the rules from start to finish. And we made an update to our rules last year about enforcing that contrasting mark and it being a specific size and diameter and location. So that's why you'll see that. So thanks for hopping on here, and definitely looking forward to seeing you out on the water, Sam. And yeah, Nicholas, no problem, man. You're extremely welcome. Yeah, and Thomas too. Thanks for helping out Nicholas with his settings and everything. But yeah, Sam, reach out to me. I'll get you spun up on everything that you might need to know. Honestly, all of your questions would probably be answered in our rules. If you want to give that the 2024-2025 rules a look at. If you have any questions on those, just let me know. Nothing major changed other than the board. We now allow the catch and the leaderboard from Yak Attack. But everything else seems to be, pretty standard, the same. So, but welcome back.
We're going to have some really good door prizes again.
Yes. Yeah. We got some Lose. We got Lose. What else? We got Twist Lock. Do you have any of those products with you, like here next to you?
I don't have the new ones they just sent in, but I've got, of course, I'm hydrating with my Twist Lock.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Twist Lock is a beverage locking system. They're a business that we met at ICAST 2 years ago, and Jason, they're actually in the northwestern part of the United States. They hooked us up last year, and they continue to come through this year. And you can buy these products at Bass Pro Shop as well, but it's a really cool product. They have this locking mechanism on the bottom of it and different locking attachments that you can attach to your kayak either through 3M tape if you want to screw it in, and they got this really cool handlebar like rubber watch band that you can put on H rails or somewhere on your kayak, and you fill your water bottle up and you put in the locking mechanism. And if you fall out of your kayak or hit it, it won't fall out. It's locked in place, and it keeps your drink cool for a very long time. So in this Florida heat, that's definitely necessary. So they hooked us up with some laser engraved, their new 2024 model. Their new, they made some not adjustments, but they made got some new colors that came out this year. So
now we've got some blues, some whites,
green, I
various
think.
different colors. So yeah, they look good.
Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. We got Lose. We still got some Lose, some Strike King. We got Twist Lock. We have some Beyond Braid stuff. Hobie Eyewear. We got Yak Attack
Don't
stuff.
forget Hobie Eyewear Big Bass.
Yeah. Again, I'm trying to think. Yeah, we got a ton of door prizes. We got some cool things. We got enough for 3 events, and then we're gonna swap it up, and we're gonna buy some more stuff from Rapala. We're gonna buy some baits from one of our members who does custom baits. We're gonna buy some product from him to do some giveaways, so we're supporting those. We're gonna get a Chris Mitchell Elite Sticks fishing rod that we're gonna be giving away at some point this year once he gets set up and running. So we're going to be out there supporting our local sponsors, our big sponsors. So get out there. You guys get out there and support them too. Cross Kicks is going to be giving out a pair of Cross Kicks for the winner as well. But if you guys want a pair of Cross Kicks, the club also has a discount code with them as well. It's FKBT20, I believe, is the code for that. So get out there and support them.
Yeah, and if you want a pair of Hobies, we've got a QR code on our thing. You can go to it and go ahead and buy some with the discount, and also the club gets a little bonus off of that, for your purchase, which we will roll right into the championship of this year.
Yeah, a lot of that money is going right into the championship. I think the last time I looked, we were sitting at, let me look again. I think we're at 66 or 67 members, which is really good. That means we're getting a lot of participation as far as that goes. So yeah, we're at 66 members. Our goal again this year is 100. It's not too late if you're watching this and you haven't signed up to become a member yet to compete. It's not too late. Again, Angler of the Year is your best 6 events. And right now we have 8 left, right? So not including our championship. We have 9 remaining to include our championship. And 4 for qualification for the championship. So it's going to be your best 4 for the championship. That is going to qualify. The top, was it 33%, Todd? The top 33% is going to be making it to the championship. So last year, I think we had 35 people that made it, that qualified. And of course, if you win any regular season event and you fished at least 4 events, you will automatically qualify for the championship. So it's going to be a phenomenal year. The championship is going to be May 18th and 19th. It's kind of crazy that I'm already talking about that. We're going to be releasing that particular body of water sometime around the new year, a little bit after the new year this go around. So we haven't really defined who or determined who or where that's going to be at yet. And the reason we haven't is because we want to make sure around that time frame the fishing is going to be good there. So why are we going to set a body of water today or months ago, and something could be going on and it not fish well and not produce? So that's why we hold off a little bit longer. What did he say for 6?
Yeah, for the championship.
Yeah.
No, 6 is for the AOY.
6 is AOY. 4 is for the championship. You go back and we updated that that was the first thing that we made a change to in the 24-25 season. It is your best 6 for Angler of the Year, and it is your best 4 for just to qualify for the championship. So definitely go back, make sure you guys are aware and where you can find that in the rules. Everything is outlined there on how you guys can qualify for those things, to make sure that you can prepare your schedules, do what you need to do to make sure that you can, meet your goals or objectives for what you're trying to do within the club. So it definitely pays to know that information.
And speaking of Robert on here, Robert got him a new kayak. If y'all didn't see,
he did. He got himself a water bed out there.
Yeah, very nice. Are you going to have it ready for the Cypress tournament, Robert? That's what I want to know. Will the
Yeah, I don't see him on here. Will the championship qualify as event number 6 for AOY? Oh, he says no, he won't have it ready. Yes, the championship it's still gonna, like it was last year. The championship, if that is your best event on there, yeah, it will definitely, the championship is still gonna count towards AOY. So it's the same way that we did it last year. It won't be event. I guess it'll be number 7 essentially. But if it counts as one of your best 6, then yes, you will. It'll count towards it. It's going to take it. I'm going to go back in. I actually did. I'm glad. I need to go in there and make sure that I have it set up for best 6. I got to talk to Thomas. I'm pretty sure I did that already. But I need to make sure. I'm going to double check that to make sure that it is 6, because Thomas helped me set that up with Fishing Chaos. But yeah, what's going on, Amy? Good to see you. But yeah, we're excited, man. We've been doing a lot of work. We've had a lot of things going on with the hurricanes, and Todd doing a lot of stuff. Like, we just had a lot of personal things going on. Todd or Sean doing a lot of stuff with the military. So we're sorry that we haven't been able to hop on here as frequently as we would like. But also there's a lot going on right now behind the scenes with myself, Todd, and Sean, to where it makes, us sitting aside an hour and a half on Thursday nights to be a little bit difficult. But as the season progresses, this is definitely something we're going to make a priority. We're going to bring anglers on. We're going to bring Chris Mitchell on. We're going to talk about the Elite Sticks. We're going to try to bring on majority of our sponsors here and start highlighting those guys. And then we are going to bring on just a ton of you guys. Yeah. So if you qualify, number 6 will be, if you fish at least 4 events, and 6 will be counted towards AOY, Evan. So can't fish 5. It's going to, at the end of the day, Angler of the Year is going to be broken down into your best 6 events. So whatever that looks like, if you fished 4, made it to qualified to fish the championship, or you made it with your best 4, but you fished, say, 5 events, you're missing 1 for AOY. AOY is still a part of the championship. So then in turn, yes, it will count towards your best 6, if that makes sense. Did I explain that right, Todd?
Yeah. So basically, if you could only hit 5 regular season events and you make it to the championship with those 4 out of the 5, the championship would count as your 6th event, because that would be 6 events that are
calculated
for AOY points.
Yeah, as long and as well, participation that we brought up in the rules and really highlighted a lot so far is 1 fish, right? You catch 1 fish, you're getting points wherever that makes you fall on the leaderboard. It's participation is you submitting at least 1 legal fish, and then say you finish last place, whatever that is, that's how many points that you would get. So, but yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up, Evan, to get for those folks to get some clarification on. That's important. But yeah, definitely go look at what that is, so you guys can look at the schedule, determine what your strong suits are, and make sure that you guys are getting out there and participating and competing and getting after it. So we're looking forward to it. We broke a record at our first event with 56, I think it was that. We were at 56 anglers signed up for our first event. So not sure. Hopefully we can do that again. Hopefully we can continue to break the 50 angler mark throughout the remainder of this year. That would be phenomenal if we could do that. But we also understand that folks have lives and things that are going on that might limit them to fish, every event, which we fully understand. Also, Bass is pulling up. They're starting here within the next couple months as well. For the most part, I don't think our events conflict. I haven't really looked at a lot of their schedules. I know there might be some that kind of happened at the same time as ours. I know the Bass State Championship got postponed until October 26th, I think, is when they're doing it now. So October 26th on Orange Lake is going to be when the Bass is going to be hosting their championship. And I know we have a ton of anglers in our club that qualified and will be fishing that as well. So good luck to you guys out there. I've seen some photos and videos of that lake and what it's producing right now. So y'all are definitely in for a treat if you qualified for that one. Looking forward to seeing you guys go out there and take home a W. It's going to be fun watching that leaderboard. I think it's a 1 day event, right, Todd? So you got 1 day to go out there and it's going to be a shootout. So hopefully you guys can bring home one of the FKBT members can go out there and bring home a W. That'd be awesome. But yeah, they got their season kicking off on the Northwest, the Northeast. I think Buzz Burline is the Northeast director. Matt Vogt is the Northwest tournament director. Greg Thomas is the Central, and I'm not sure who the South is anymore. But because Greg, I don't think Greg is doing it anymore, so I'm not sure who the South is. But again, we love to see you guys come out and fish our events. But also, we know that there's multiple clubs here in the state of Florida that you guys are also participating in. So just you guys getting out there and fishing, having fun. That's the main thing there. They're all they're all great individuals. So get out there, have fun, be safe out on the water. Again, hurricane season right now. It's pretty dangerous out there in these afternoon thunderstorms. So just, keep your head on a swivel. Safety, as always, keep safety in the forefront. Life jacket. I know we had an angler fall over or tip out of his kayak twice on Toho. I would highly recommend investing in a good kayak that's stable, so that, standing up and casting isn't going to be a potential safety hazard. A lot of these lakes have very big alligators in them. And it's not fun, and we don't want anyone to get injured, drown, get bit, any of that stuff, right? Knock on wood. Like that's the phone call I never want to get. I want to make sure you guys are safe, so make sure you're following all the safety precautions, making sure you're getting prepared. If this is your first event, you got a week to get that stuff on order. You need a 360 white light. That's going to throw a freaking thumbs up. You need that 360 light. You need, if you have running a motor, make sure you got the navigation lights, your life jackets, your high visibility flag that's going to be flown at least to make over. It needs to be at least over your head, above your head. The 360 light just needs to be. You need to be seen from 360. With us launching at 6:30, you're only going to need that for about 30 minutes essentially, while you're underway. But typically around 7:15, the sun starts coming up, and you no longer need the 360 light. But you will always have to have your high vis flag flying from lines in to lines out. You'll always have to wear that life jacket. Again, just be safe, communicate. If you have any issues, you have my number. Reach out to Todd, reach out to myself. We'll make sure that you're squared away. But yeah, the main thing is just go out there, have fun. We're looking forward to this event. Stop number 2 at Blue Cypress. Get signed up. I think the last time I looked, we were at 16? 16.
We're 14, I think, unless
14. Yeah, we're at 14 anglers so far signed up. So you guys get up there, get registered. That helps us determine, 1, how many people are going to be there for that, but also 2, for whenever we're getting product for giveaways as well, because we will be doing giveaways at each event this year, and they're good ones. You guys are going to be getting, really good quality product from our sponsors to add to your arsenal out on the kayak. So again, we're right at that 53-minute mark. We don't want to keep this going past an hour. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open it up for any questions that you guys may have about the upcoming event. Blue Cypress boundaries. It's pretty simple. It's a lake. You guys can fish the canals, right? You just can't cross over any levees, right? You can't go fish anything other. I think this is St. John's Canal, Blue Cypress, and there's like little finger canals that kind of go off. There's some canals right there by the launch where those trailers are. Those are fair game to fish. Again, the main thing is just communicate. That single launch where you can utilize both of those ramps, those are fair game. If you don't have a trailer, right, try to park off the side, out of the way. Let the folks who have trailers utilize the actual trailer parking. There's plenty of parking out there. Just make sure that, if you're just car topping or, putting in the bed of your truck, that you guys can park off on the side of the road there to make sure that folks that have trailers have adequate parking. Obviously, the meetup location is going to be at that ramp. Todd's going to be there. We'll have checks. He's going to be running the award ceremony. Him and I know Jeff Gallagher is going to be there as well. him and Jeff are going to be running the Blue Cypress tournament, the award ceremony and whatnot. So make sure you guys are checking in with them. You know what Todd looks like. Jeff Gallagher, we'll have him on hopefully Thursday for the mandatory captains meeting for you guys who don't know who they are, so that you guys can check in and make sure that you guys are in the right place. So that's all I got. I'm going to stand by for any questions that you guys may have. Again, we appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to another great event. And get out there and support our sponsors, man. Strike King, Lose, Mock, Hobie Eyewear. Utilizing that link really does help out the club, but also the eyewear there is just phenomenal. I've been wearing mine, and I absolutely love them. Rapala, Torn Outdoors with John, phenomenal soft plastics there. Our next order of stuff that we're going to be buying is from Yak Attack, from Rapala, and a couple of other brands. So we're going to kind of cycle through that as we go throughout the year. But yeah, it's going to be fun. If you guys want stuff at giveaway, drop some ideas of what you guys would like for us to do giveaways. Do keep in mind, we're not out there. We budget, a couple $100 every 3 events. I think we spend around $400 or $500 every 3 events on purchasing stuff. So just keep that in mind. What are when you guys are putting your suggestions out there, but what are some things that you guys would like to see being given away at our events throughout the year, and even at the championship, so that we can make sure that the stuff that we're getting is actually being used and not wasted. I'm not saying wasted, but actually, stuff that you guys would actually use. That wasted was the wrong term there. I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely drop some comments in there or post it on our members only page. And that we'll keep that in mind whenever we are making the next order. So, but yeah, Todd, you got anything? I don't see any questions in here. A lot of these guys that are watching are some veterans, but if you're new here, definitely watch it. It's we don't just do these videos to hear ourselves talk. We're wanting to make sure that you guys are squared away for these upcoming events. Because at the end of the day, you can't say that, you didn't maybe pay out more places instead.
We pay out in the top 10%.
Yeah. Top 10%, but also the money for entry fees doesn't go towards awards, or go towards the stuff that we are giving away. All that money that you guys pay in, it goes back into your pocket and then set aside for the championship payouts. And who was that last person? Andrew. So, it is a raffle. The giveaways are raffles at the end of the events. It's all randomized. We put every member who's checked in at the award ceremony on a wheel, and we spin it, and that's how they're given. Those raffles are given away.
Or we may do something a little bit different on this one too.
Yeah.
We'll see. So we may put it as when you check in, you may get to draw a number or something.
Okay. Yeah.
So something to that nature. That way we make sure that, the people are there checking in.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe what we could do
must be present to win.
Yeah, must be present to win. What we might do, Todd, is get a roll of those little tickets and just do it that way. We can probably just buy a roll of those. Yeah. I like the catch boards. I actually have a leaderboard that we're going to be giving away. I like the 360 light. I was thinking about some headlamps too. Some nice high vis or bright headlamps for folks to use when they're getting their kayaks ready. But yeah, 360 light. We might do some flags. I like that idea, Blake. Yeah. And Amy, as far as paying out more places, I'd like to. You can message me offline and kind of what your thoughts are on that. We paid out the top 5 because it was what we reached over the 50 angler mark. In the rules, we pay out 10% after we reach the 50 angler mark, and then anything under 50, it would be it's top 3. And the reason we do that too is that the payouts have been pretty good. Even with the 56 or however many angles we had, it was still a really good payout even out to the top 5. But I was thinking the 300 to 400 you mentioned. Oh yeah, the money that we've gotten from there, we can look into that as well. We just think that people, we'll talk. I do like that idea too. The Guardian Angel lights. Yep, we got a couple of those. Rogue Gear phone tethers. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the big thing with the giveaways too is a lot of our sponsors. We support them. We ask them for things too. So we actually purchase everything that you guys are getting, minus the cross kick shoes, the Lose BB1s, and the twist lock containers. A lot of the stuff that you're getting is actually stuff that we purchased, and it tends to be like the soft plastics, the spear point hooks. They hooked us up last year. I'm still waiting to hear back from them if they want to continue that for this year. But that type of stuff. But yeah, we can definitely look into that. I think our payouts have still been pretty fairly large, compared to some of the other tournaments around. Not even just Florida. For 30 or 40 people, it's been a fairly good average. A ticket raffle for like a reel or rod or something. Yeah, we've given away rods and reels last event on a raffle. We plan on continuing to do that throughout the season too. Yeah. Yeah, so what we do, for those of you that don't know this, and I'll just talk a little bit on this, on how the finances side of it works. So $50 is what your entry fee is for the event, and then you can pay $10 extra for an additional $10 for big bass. That's optional. So the $50 that you guys register to fish the event, the club, when it hits the club account that we issue payouts to, we only see like $47.96 of it. So Stripes is the banking app that Fishing Chaos uses. So
The credit card processor.
yeah, that's the, say what now, Todd?
It's the credit card processor.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the processor they use, and there's a fee to that. Just like Tourney X and anything else, there's fees associated with the credit card processing app. So it takes that off the top. So we already see $47. We only see $47 per angler. And it really depends on the credit card. Some have take more of a fee and some are less. So it's really not, there's no way to average it really from what we've seen. Um, Oh, he says selling tickets for that. Oh, okay, gotcha. I missed that. Sorry, Andrew. Yeah, that could be a way. We're thinking of a way to raise some money, but we'll talk about that a little bit on another live for the championship. But I like where your head's at with that, Andrew. But back onto the finances side, for that $47, five of it goes per angler is automatically taken off the top, and that money is used for admin fees for us to pay for this platform that we're using, that there's a monthly fee to, our financial advisor and QuickBooks, and all the checks and stuff that we do with Todd whenever we pay out. So that is just admin fees. So for every event, it ends up being like $100 and something for checks, and then pretty much everything that's left over after all of the admin fees are taken care of gets put into the savings account and rolled over into the championship. So that money's not touched. And then what we do on top of that, so that's already at, say, $43. The remaining balance of that $3 or whatever it is per angler, that goes right into the savings account for the championship throughout every event that we do. So $40 even per angler is what is added to the actual each event's payout for first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So $40 per angler is what we pay out per event. And sometimes if we don't get enough participants, that might eat into us making sure that we pay to make sure the checks are paid for, which are about $20 a piece. So if we pay out the top three, that's 60, and then shipping and whatnot, it ends up being like 89 to $90 when it's all said and done. We like to be kind of transparent with that and kind of tell you guys where that's at. Think it's important, but just know that every bit of money that is set aside at the end of the year, it goes into it. It goes into the championship with us buying product. For that, what we are going to do, and I'm glad Andrew brought this up, is there's a potential for us to do some raffles. We're gonna to try to raise some money to help boost some of our payout pot and stuff for this year. we are going to be looking at that to where folks can buy tickets for a really cool pack. So we haven't really discussed that too much. I've really been thinking about that. We're still waiting to hear back from some sponsors on some product that we could potentially add to that, and make it worth, you guys buying raffle tickets for it. So more to come on that. So I'm glad you brought that up. But also on the flip side there too, when it comes to the championship, those membership fees that you pay to be a member of the FKBT, that sits in the Fishing Chaos account until the end of the year. And then all that money is pulled out and it is then put into the championship. So I can tell you guys right now live, I'm going to go look at it. I haven't actually looked at it in a while. I can tell you exactly how much is in there. We're sitting at for membership fees, because Stripes also takes out a little bit for memberships as well. We're sitting at 66, I said.
60, it's 64.
Yeah. So you can see right here with 64, that's how much balance is right there in the trailing club. So almost $3,000. So if you do 66 times 50, I can't do public math. It ends up being, whatever that is. So that's how much is in the account now. Just under $3,000 is going to be used to go towards the championship. And if we continue to have 40, 50 members per fish each of one of our events, I can only imagine what that payout's going to look like at the championship, as well as the Big Bass Lunker of the Year pot too. So, and that's actually, Robert, I'm going to talk with Van Hunks about that and see if there's something we can do with that, or New Canoe. We're looking at New Canoe too. We've reached out to our sponsors. Van Hunks this year is going to be giving away a $250 in-store gift card to the Rookie of the Year. So we did talk with Tyrone with that. They're not going to be doing a kayak this year, but what they are going to do is a $250 gift card to their store. They sell Yak Attack products. They sell e-bikes. They sell kayaks. They sell what battery brand is it? They sell the Amped Outdoors. They have Garmin products at their store down there in Sarasota. So they got a ton of product that you guys will be able to use to purchase with that $250. So that's just one of the items that's going to be given to the Rookie of the Year as well. So there's going to be an Angler of the Year package, a Rookie of the Year. Obviously the champion's going to be going home with some stuff, and then a ton of cool prizes and stuff as well. So it's going to be fun. I didn't mean to kind of drag that on a little bit there, but I thought it was important for us to talk a little bit about those finances there as well, just so that we are transparent. You guys know where the money is going. I can post a financial update to the official page, kind of where we're at now for savings, because we still had money left over from last year that rolled over. So there's still money in there too, setting aside for this year.
Just for transparency things, we keep just a little bit to fund the startup of the event. We have to have a little startup money for each year.
Yeah. So I think this year we were able to and that goes with us purchasing those PVC cards and all of those things to give you guys at no cost. We purchased those things to make sure that we have money set aside for the off season, because I still got to pay these subscriptions and stuff, and the financial advisors that run our books and whatnot. So those payments don't ever stop, but we use that and we used a lot of that too to help purchase not a lot. We used a portion of that to purchase product for the first 4 events of this year. So yeah, Jeff said he caught a good one pre-fishing. So yeah, send the waypoint to an anonymous user. But yeah, no. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, or if you guys want to support the club and make a donation too, or if you guys have a business out there that would love to donate to the club, by all means, we would definitely, we would accept. We've never had someone donate to the club, but in any business, any person, no one has. But there should be. It would be cool. I mean, we would use it appropriately and get it back out there. So if you guys have a business out there or know of anybody that would like to donate or sponsor the club, definitely get them in contact with us, and we'd love to bring them on board and create a relationship with them as well. So We appreciate you guys. We're looking forward to seeing you guys out on Blue Cypress. I'm looking forward to seeing some fish up on the board. But yeah, we'll see you guys next Thursday at 7 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern time for the Blue Cypress stop number 2 Blue Cypress mandatory captains meeting. Again, if you plan on fishing it, you got to be there. You got to watch it from start to finish so that you guys are squared away. If you have any questions between now and then, reach out to me. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy talking to you guys and getting to know you. So again, tight lines. If you're going out there pre-fishing this weekend, be safe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Thursday at 7 p.m. Later.
Tight lines.